All right, so we have half an hour and half an hour to do the Miracle Mind training. And yeah, namaste, Manoj. Thank you so much for joining today. Wonderful. So this is the Miracle Mind training. We do this in 30 minutes just to keep it active and refresh our memory into the present memory instead of a time-related memory. And you use for that today some miracle principles and some expressions. One of them, of one activity, one is the random number that's going to be chosen randomly, which correlates to a lesson that we're going to use in this meeting. And another thing is a quiz, and that is, there's a part of A Course in Miracles. So just to bring in some playful ideas in a certain sense, like there's a piece of a lesson, and you might recognize that. And it tells you about something that's totally essential. Now, that's something that we're going to take a look at. So we have the expression. You can tell me what lesson it is and what actually is that what it refers to. So that's quite the mind training. So we have a quiz. That's wonderful. So you can't go wrong with it. So it's really lovely and beautiful. And that's the same with the say the random number. Like it can only point to something good, and that's the loveliness of it. So yeah, it's just a different way of doing this. I'm really happy that you're here. The Miracle Mind training is an active training in fact training your mind to release, to not hold on, but to let go. And that seems to be necessary all the time, because the tendency is to hold on to the things that you're seeing, getting ideas about it. You believe that your perception is a fact instead of a reflection. Now so that means if you see it like that, that you also think that there's something outside of you that can affect you. And since we practiced that yesterday too, like that's not going to be a reality to you. So that's an illusion, thinking that something outside of you can affect you, thinking that something outside of you is the cause of your upset. That's not true. We know this from lesson 5 and 6, of course, but there are so many more lessons which refer to that idea. And basically it's a profound, profound insight when you start doing A Course in Miracles. No, there's nothing outside of me. I'm doing this to myself. And that might be hard to admit first, but when you start to admit it, you see, oh yeah, that's actually true. Nobody else is doing that to me. I do it to myself, whatever the cause of the upset is. Like in the end, who's the one perceiving what he's perceiving? That is you. Whether that's somebody screaming at you, whether that's who knows what is going to happen, where is it originating? In your perception, not anywhere else. In other words, in your mind. It is not anywhere else starting, and it cannot be anywhere else corrected. So to bring that back into your mind and say like, yes, I'm the cause of this. Like whatever seems to be occurring outside myself, no matter how much drama or how much depth of regret or pain or suffering that I find myself in, I have to bring this back to the place where it started. It starts in my perception of the situation. The situation in itself is completely neutral. There's nothing upsetting about the visual that you get. No, it's only your idea about it. It's only your grievance or attack thought about it that makes it so for you. That relates then immediately to guilt, sin, pain, disease, disaster, and on and on and on. It's like that's where that starts to build, you could say. That's where the imagination takes over to build a reality out of the ingredients that you offer it. And it eats it up and it makes something out of it that you see as real, but it has no reality whatsoever. Yeah, so that is the mind training. Like, that's really the mind training. That's why we say you have to let go of your thoughts, let go of them, so that what really is happening can be shown to you, because you missed it. You were just mistaken. The way that you saw it is not the way that is not the thing that's really going on. Like, there is beneath all of this is in fact the main insight, or the main reality, which is God created me perfectly. God did not change his mind about me. God is right here. Like, I live and move and have my being in God. I'm whole and perfect as I was created. There's one life, and that I share with God. And these are all titles of lessons that are coming to me now, but it's like that is opening up. God did not change his mind about me. That did not happen. No, so my perception, when I see something else that is not, it's like referring to the perfection of how I am created, and then in fact I'm delusional. I really think that there's something there that can tell me about myself that something went wrong, and that I'm mistaken, and that I'm not perfect. And that idea can become a reality to you if you accept it, and then build up this character that you think you are. So the release of that character is really like, that's something very present today, and which is very lovely. Like the one that you see in the mirror, someone said, like the one you see in the mirror is not you, obviously not. So that's the image that you've made of yourself. Now, whether you're happy with that or not, that doesn't even matter. Whether you like the color of the hair or the smile on the face, like, no, that's not what this is about. No, this is not me at all. This is just the character that I think I am. So there's a whole world behind that, not as a mirror, but as a reality, and that has nothing to do with the image that I'm seeing. So the situation that I see is in fact neutral. The character that I see is just an imagination. There's no good and bad involved in that. It is also it is a meaningless idea in that sense. You have to give it meaning before it can be something. And so we go on. And this is the mind training of A Course in Miracles. So we start with ideas about our thoughts. These thoughts do not mean anything. Lesson 1. And so on. These objects that I'm seeing are just as meaningless as my thoughts about it. They have no meaning. So I might as well let go of my idea of what I think it is. Now this, all in all, like you practice this, we have been practicing this, you probably did that too. It's like you practice this and it comes back to, in fact, one statement, which is also found in A Course in Miracles. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know who I am or how to respond to anything that I'm seeing. I have no idea. Like, deaf, dumb and blind, I have no idea how to respond to any of this, because I see that what I see is an imagination. It's not a reality. Now I want to see things differently. Now we're at lesson 20. Like, I want to see things differently. I'm determined to see things differently because I feel the urgency. It's like, I cannot walk around not knowing who I am. I want to know who I am. Now, what is the next step? Show me what that is. Show me what I can see. Show me what is true about me. Like, where is that to be found? If I'm whole and perfect as God created me, and there's a whole loving God, I want to experience that as in being a whole part of that. I don't know how to do that. Now that has to be given to me. And that is given to me, that will be given to me. If I didn't receive that yet, it will be given to me. What do I need to do for that? Yeah, so this is still the theme where we started with on Sunday, in fact. Realization. Spiritual healing is realization. Or what we said yesterday. Like, basically, it's coming to know who you truly are. That's realization. That's where all the healing takes place. You're a whole, perfect part of that. Now, the healing that takes place is in fact not a process. It is a matter of true forgiveness. You release your ideas about yourself. First you recognize there's nothing outside of me. We said that yesterday too. It's like there's nothing outside of me. It starts right here. There's no cause outside myself. I admit that. I accept that. And so the next thing is, if that is the case, I wanna let go of this. I don't want to hold on to this, because in fact I don't know who I am, how to look upon anything, how to respond to anything that's occurring. I have no idea. So there's no loss in letting that go. When I decide to do that, then we enter into step 3, you could say, and that is that Spirit can come to me to show me the truth about me. I cannot do that myself. That has to be given to me, because the character that I think I am has no reality. In the release of that, in fact, there's nothing left. In the release of the character that I think I am, nothing is left. So what is opening up in me is my consciousness. My consciousness shows me that my Father and I are one, that literally, like, there's one life, and that I share with God, that I rest in God, that my heart is beating in the peace of God. That is the occurrence, and it's happening right now. In fact, if you let go of your ideas about yourself, that can immediately come to you. So in other words, that is not a long, dragging spiritual development finally coming to a realization. No, it's based on the decision that you want to let go of what you think you are in order to come to know who you truly are. That can be given to you then, like you can't make it. Okay, so this is the basics. Yeah, time is running. So 40 minutes gone now. That's the introduction. Well, let's quiz a little bit. So the quiz that I had is this. Is like the, I'll share you the piece. You might receive something, like a present or something. I don't know. So the question is, are you ready for this? So if you recognize where this is from, that's wonderful. Now you tell me too, like, what then actually is given to you in this paragraph. So which lesson is this? So you have like 30 seconds or something. Here's the answer to your search for peace. Here's the key to meaning in a world which seems to make no sense at all. Here's the way to safety in apparent dangers, which appear to threaten you at every turn, and bring uncertainty to all your hopes and ever finding quietness and peace. Here are all questions answered. Here the end of all uncertainty ensured at last. So where is that place? And which lesson is this? You can open your microphone, or you can put it in the chat. All is well accepted. And of course, it's just in fact the fun of, wow, that's so great. What is this? I want to know where this is in the Course in Miracles. Here's the answer to all your search for peace. Here's the key to the meaning in a world which, yeah, I see the first one. Aha, true self. That's wonderful. That's really great. So, which lesson do you think this is? Here is the answer to your search for peace. Here is the key to meaning in a world which seems to make no sense at all. Here is the way to safety in apparent dangers which appear to threaten you at every turn, and bring uncertainty to all your hopes of ever finding quietness and peace. Here are all the questions answered. Here the end of all uncertainty ensured at last. Yes. So now you're getting curious, right? Well, good. That's wonderful. So I'm going to show you which lesson it is. And it's so familiar that you say like, oh my God, I should have known. But here it is. So much fun. Look at this. Can you imagine that is the first paragraph of this lesson? Wow. That's just the first paragraph. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Here's the answer to your search for peace. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Here's the key to meaning in a world that does not make any sense. Forgiveness is the key. Here's the way to safety in apparent dangers which appear to threaten you at every turn and bring uncertainty to all your hopes of ever finding quietness and peace. Where is that? Forgiveness is the key to that. Here are all questions answered. Here the end of all uncertainty ensured at last. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Wow. I love it. So thank you, Manoj, for your response, because in fact that was quite right. It's like true self. Yeah, forgiveness is the key to your true self. So now the second part, and that is this. The second part is the random number. So I'll bring up my machine. So it's a random number between 50 and 100. I thought that might be a good idea, otherwise we end up in the prayer lessons. Now I'm going to generate a random number. Here it is. Generate, say 50 to 100. Generate 53. That's a review lesson. Yeah, here we go. A little bigger. So please read with me. Who wants to start?
I can read.
Yeah, go right ahead.
My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. Since the thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything, the world that pictures them can have no meaning. What is producing this world is insane, and so is what it produces. Reality is not insane, and I have real thoughts as well as insane ones. I can therefore see a real world if I look to my real thoughts as my guide for seeing.
I'm upset because I see a meaningless world. Insane thoughts are upsetting. They produce a world in which there is no order anywhere. Only chaos rules in a world that represents chaotic thinking, and chaos has no laws. I cannot live in peace in such a world. I am grateful that this world is not real, and that I need not see it at all unless I choose to value it. And I do not choose to value what is totally insane and has no meaning.
Thank you. A meaningless world engenders fear. The totally insane engenders fear because it is completely undependable and offers no grounds for trust. Nothing in madness is dependable. It holds out no safety and no hope. But such a world is not real. I've given it the illusion of reality, and I've suffered from my belief in it. Now I choose to withdraw this belief and place my trust in reality. In choosing this, I will escape all the effects of the world of fear because I am acknowledging that it does not exist.
God did not create a meaningless world. How can a meaningless world exist if God did not create it? He is the source of all meaning, and everything that is real is in His mind. It is in my mind too, because He created it with me. Why should I continue to suffer from the effects of my own insane thoughts when the perfection of creation is my home? Let me remember the power of my decision and recognize where I really abide.
Mes pensées sont des images que j'ai faites. Tout ce que je vois reflète mes pensées. Ce sont mes pensées qui me disent où je suis et ce que je suis. Le fait que je vois un monde dans lequel il y a la souffrance, la perte et la mort me montre que je ne vois que la représentation de mes pensées instables et que je ne permets pas à mes pensées réelles de jeter leur lumière bienfaisante sur ce que je vois. Or, la voix de Dieu est sûre. Les images que j'ai faites ne sauraient prévoir contre lui, parce que ce n'est pas ma volonté qu'elle me les montre. Ma volonté est la sienne, et je ne placerai pas d'autre lieu devant lui.
See, Michelle. Thank you. Okay, so looking at my clock, 6 minutes. Great, wonderful. So the next part is then I had some miracle principles I want to share with you, and they are right here. It's really wonderful. So one of them was brought in by one of you, and I'll read that to you. Heaven and earth shall pass away means that it's from the New Testament. Heaven and earth shall pass away means that they will not always exist as separate states. Huh? Obviously not. My word, which is the resurrection and the light, is what Jesus says, shall not pass away because life is eternal. You are the work of God, and His work is wholly lovable and wholly loving. This is how a man must think of himself in his heart, because this is what he is. Like there's no two ways about it. Wholly lovable, wholly loving. You are the work of God, and His work is wholly lovable and wholly loving. This is how a man must think of himself in his heart, because this is what he is. Now this is like the fundamental, basically, the fundamental expression, to say it like this, to come to realization. Huh? Like this is how you have to think of yourself, because you did not make yourself. So all the failure that you see, all the things that are not working out, all the things that you consider about yourself, all of this has nothing to do with how God created you, and cannot be, you don't use it to hurt yourself, because it's not going to tell you anything about yourself. It's more like this is the character that you think you are, the character that fails and misses everything, that is not working out, and it keeps repeating the same mistakes, and it doesn't seem to be a way out of it. That is not who you are. Like that, in fact, is the character that you have made of yourself, and this one you can let go of. Huh? This is the self-forgiveness part. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. Why? Because in your letting go of this character, of this failing and over failing character that will never change, that will never get it, that will never come to realization. This character needs to be let go of. It's not what you are. No, so this is, now here God is speaking, or Jesus is speaking to you. This is how a man must think of himself in his heart. Because literally, you did not make yourself. God has created you, and he did a perfect job. Like, there's nothing missing and lacking in that. Now, here's the thing. Now you are going to receive that for yourself. You are opening your consciousness in a miraculous way. Like, you open your consciousness, you ask for help to let that occur. Every time that you think, oh my God, I've failed again, oh, this is not working, every time you come to that point that you are reminiscing about yourself, in your complete insanity, missing the point that you did not make yourself, and also you don't have to adjust yourself to a better version of yourself, because that will fail too. You can repeat it forever. It's not going to change. This is a hopeless character. It's not going to be perfected. No, it's not necessary. Let go. Let go of this character. Laugh it away. It's ridiculous. It's an idiot, so to speak. This is what I heard master teachers say. It's an idiot. It's never going to be anything but an idiot. Recognizing that? Yeah. So that's not you. That's not you, as you were created by God. Now, with all due respect to this idiot, we let him go. So thank you. You serve your due. Like, you're ready to be replaced, literally, because you were already replaced. I'm not going to entertain this character any longer in ideas about myself, in my evaluation about myself. I'm not going to do that any longer. I let go of that. Now, when I decide that I made this character, that I really believed it was me and nothing else, and all this drama related to it, all made up because of this character, I want to let go of that character. If I decide to let go of that character, now Spirit can come to show me my true identity. Literally, it will be immediately there for me. But this is about as clear as you can share it. So that's really lovely. So forgiveness is the key to happiness. I'm going to use that to finally let go of the character that I think I am, in all its respect, like all of it. I don't want to hold on to any of that character's characteristics. I'm going to let go of that in order for me to be open, to come into true realization. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Like, let that healing occur. The spiritual healing is realization. It's happening in doing this, in a three-step thing. Accepting that there's nothing out, seeing that there's nothing outside of you that can hurt you. That you're the one drama player in your own little drama, and the character in it isn't real. Now, you want that character to be replaced by what is truly yours, what has always been yours, what is life forever, what is eternal life, the one that shares one life with God. I share one life with God. There's only one life, and that we share with God. That is what we do in recognition of our true self. So amazing. So this, see how this all comes together? It's like, it's unbelievable. The same story, starting on Sunday with Joel, still in the same story. This is the only thing that's going on. Are you willing to let go of this character that you think you are? Trying to embed it, try to improve it, is what I've said, like trying to improve it, do all the things with it, or crying about the hurt that has caused this character. Well, of course, nothing of that is true, because God created you perfect in his own image of himself, wholly loving, wholly complete and whole and perfect. This is what you are. This is what is given in this instant. All right, so that was the Miracle Mind training. 30 minutes are past, and I hope to see you tomorrow. We have one of these Miracle Mind trainings a couple of hours earlier, 3 hours earlier than we started today. So you can count what that means to you. And I hope to see you there. Thank you for everything, and bye for now. Thank you so much.